Questions on bikini. I get them all the time. Today I got 3 big questions I got this week that I want to cover for you that's going to give you some answers on GAINZ O CLOCK. I'm Ryan Milton from TeamFFLEX. You're on my show, GAINZ O CLOCK. This is my Q&A show we do all the time, every week, answering your questions. Literally ones that are submitted to me, people ask me on whatever places I think might be beneficial to you. So I come on here and I answer them. If you have any questions or anything that you want to see featured on the show, drop them in the comments and let me know. I'll put you on another episode in the future here. And remember, this is just one of 5 awesome shows that I run all week, every week for you. So please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, all right? So today I'm only going to bring you 3 questions, and it's about bikini. And the reason I want to keep it short and kind of to the point is I want you guys to hear some stuff, get some ideas, and be able to use, some practicality. And I generally tend to talk a lot when I answer questions, maybe a little too much. So, some of these GAINZ Clock videos were turning into an hour, hour and a half. Let's keep it shorter, shall we? All right, so let's see. Let's talk about 3 questions I got this week regarding bikini. Okay, so knees being bent in back pose. This is the question. Should your knees be bent in the back pose or should they not? And here's the answer, ladies and gents. Back pose for bikini. A lot of competitors go into this and they try to bend their knees because they think it's going to show them better glute ham tie. If you've been watching all week, we talked about glute ham tie this week, so go back to Tuesday if you didn't see that and watch that. But competitors try to bend their knees in this idea that they're going to somehow, be able to bend a little bit and kind of push back and show a little more hamstring, a little more glute. A lot of times competitors that are not at proper condition will do this. But generally you do not want a lot of knee bend at all in the back pose. Your legs will be mostly straight, maybe a very, very slight bend. This really comes down to each physique, but you do not want to bend your knees in the back pose to the degree where, you're squatting and things like that. I see this at shows and it's crazy, and the judges know what you're doing. If you're trying to bend your knees too much, they know, all right, something's not tight in the posterior chain. You're not in a really good condition spot, and they're going to look extra hard for it. Not to mention it will throw off your symmetry a lot, from the back pose. You're going to be in a spot where really now you're kind of flattening out the glutes. Your upper body visibility is totally lost. Your glutes look dramatically wide. Your upper body looks really small. Just really not good for scoring. So do not bend your knees in the back pose, and also make sure you're working with a damn posing coach, ladies. You want to make sure you have somebody directing you, someone that knows the criteria, someone that knows today what judges want to see, not something they were doing a year ago, 2 years ago, 5. I've seen crazy stuff, all right? So make sure you got that covered. Question number 2. And this is a big one. I've been getting this my entire career. I want to cover it again, and I still get it. That's why it's here today. Somebody asked me this week. Is it possible to place high, get a pro card, win the overall, do any of this stuff as a natural competitor? This is bikini division question, so yes. The answer is yes. Ladies, yes, there will be competitors out there that choose to take different, performance enhancing substances, steroids, etc., right? This is something that is in the sport and people do it. But the truth is you do not need to do this to compete in bikini to any degree. The muscularity doesn't warrant it, nor does the conditioning, okay? Like there's no reason to be doing it. Doesn't mean there's not competitors that do. It doesn't mean there's not competitors that continue to, and that doesn't mean there's not a lot of competitors that do that say they don't. It just means that you don't need to, okay? The criteria, I know many of the top level judges in the world, and this question comes up at seminars and things like that often, and judges always say it's not warranted at all for any degree in this division. It just doesn't even add up. You don't need it. It's not like you're coming out here trying to look like, some crazy bodybuilder with huge superhuman muscles. Bikini is a very hard work and very hard to attain, that right physique. You got to build the right muscles. You got to have the right, conditioning. You got to have the right development, the right symmetry, shape, size, and proportion. It's very hard to attain this look. Yes, it is, which is probably why a lot of competitors turn to substances instead to try to get it. But the truth is, you don't need that. That is not what you need to do. Training hard and doing all that, you can do all this naturally with the right diet, the right training program, the right coaching. You can get to that level, whatever level you want to be in bikini division without any use. And you guys, I I have never coached an athlete in my entire career with any performance-enhancing drugs or any substances of any kind. So that should tell you right there that it is possible to do this, okay? If you need help with your coaching, you want to check out some workouts, some things that will give you an idea, go to my website, TeamFFLEX.com, and try a free trial. I'll be right back with the final question right after this break.
TeamFFLEX.com presents a revolution in the online competition coaching experience. Contest prep has been redefined. From anywhere around the world, at the touch of a button, your entire totally custom coaching experience built just for you. Constantly monitored and adapted by your own expert competition coach. The most complete competition coaching experience awaits you now. Go to TeamFFLEX.com and try it free.
All right, final question. Question number 3 is, can you be successful in bikini if you're starting in your 30s? Okay, this is a good question. This is one I know a lot of competitors have, you know, especially moving 30s, 40s, and beyond. Can you even start when you're in these kind of age tiers? Because a lot of competitors, you know, starting out are starting 19, 20, 21, all that. And they want to know, is it possible to be successful? And the truth is absolutely yes. Absolutely. Okay, don't let the age factor hold you back, ladies. You can absolutely go to stage and do very, very well. In fact, most of the best competitors are in their mid-30s, you know, late 30s. They're in that kind of realm. That's just the way it is. And I think it comes down to a number of factors. You know, a lot of times it's kind of maturity and being able to be disciplined and being able to stay on your diet instead of, you know, trying to go out and party and drink every weekend and do whatever, you know, the stuff that younger competitors may do or be tempted to do more often. But also it just comes down to maybe more availability, more time to train. You know, there are other factors that could come into play. You know, some women in their 30s may have families by now, but really these are things that are not age specific, right? Like this could be any age. And so really what happens is it comes down to how you choose to live your life and what your lifestyle becomes. And you know, if you want to train for bikini, you want to compete in bikini, and you got the right programming, you got the right training, you got the right coach, you got all of the chips in a line, in other words, to be able to do that, then yes, you can do it and you can be very successful at it starting in your 30s, starting in your 40s. Hey, I got competitors that started in their 50s and they're still winning shows right now, right? So it happens. It's definitely something that can happen, and I'll tell you what, you know, sometimes women in their 30s, 40s, whatever, they go compete in an open class against 20-year-olds and they win, they beat them. Happens all the time. So, you know, it doesn't really come down to the age. Don't let that be a factor for you. Understand that as long as you're living the lifestyle, you got the right training, the right coaching, all that, you're going to be able to do it and you will be successful. And I think you'll find that a lot. So get that fear out of your head, all right? Hey, that's it for Gains O'Clock today. I got those 3 bikini questions for you. I hope you got something out of them. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel and then share out this video if you got anything out of it. And be sure to check out our free training at TeamFFLEX.com. We got a free coaching trial where we will fit everything to your goals, treat you just like an athlete that we coach, and you can only get this at TeamFFLEX.com. All right, so thanks for watching. I'll be back next week. We got 5 shows all week. Subscribe to the channel. Coach Rye is out.